Yay Networks.
Hi, Wild Ones. Welcome back to the Wild Rose podcast. I'm Whitney Rose.
And I'm Connie Daniels.
And surprise, we have a bonus episode. Connie and I thought it would be fun to give you all a bonus episode each week of Connie's reactions to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 4. So these are going to be just quick episodes of Connie's hot takes on the episode as they air.
Woohoo! Let's get into it.
So we had the season 4 premiere.
Season 4 premiere.
A lot of hype building up to season 4 because, you know, we had 4 of the OG cast returning. We had 2 new housewives, Angie Catanevas and Monica Garcia, right? Yeah,
so.
Monica Garcia. And Monica joined us, and we had our old friend Mary come back. So
Mary's back.
So Connie, did
the hologram of Mary.
The hologram of Mary. Did, in your opinion, you saw the trailer, there's been all this hype. Did episode 1, the premiere episode, meet your expectations?
It did for me. And it was fun to be a little part of it too. But yeah, I'm actually really excited for this season. And I think that it captured my attention for sure. And I like a little bit like lighter, fun flair to it this season. Even though there's like dun dun dun, like drama coming up and stuff that we have to look forward to, but it just feels a little different. And I don't know if it's the new people or I don't know, because Jen's gone for good now, and yeah, it just feels different.
It definitely is different, and we promised everyone a different vibe, and I mean it's only been 1 episode, but I think we delivered. I think I loved seeing Connie. Connie got her name card. Connie's always in the episodes. It's like, make her a housewife by now. Come on.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
But Connie, you were there. You witnessed the bathtub fight. You were part of the snowball fight. Yeah. You landed some good shots. I saw your snowballs.
Yeah, they missed some of my good shots because I got Heather pretty good with one of them, but they didn't show it, unfortunately.
I was going to say, who were you going for?
I was going for anybody I could get a good shot at, really. Except you. The balls got really icy, so I was trying to avoid hurting you. But other than that, it was fair game.
That I forgot about that. They were they were ice balls, and a lot of people actually got injured, and there was like a group text going around of like fat lips and
because didn't Monica got hit in the face and split her lip open,
and she had a huge bruise on her leg. Angie had to go to the chiropractor. After the wrestle down the mountain. I think that the fresh start snowball fight, everyone got most of their pent up anger out, hopefully.
Yeah. It looks like you guys did. So about like the snowball fight, that scene, I thought it was so funny. And actually I thought this in person, that Mary wore these huge heels and she would not, it wasn't surprising that she didn't participate in the activity, but I just was like, does Mary ever have any fun? She's just sitting there. And then she's like, are they having any fun? It's like, Mary, why don't you go out and see if they're having fun? But she's just sitting there watching out the window.
I guess that it just comes down to the definition of fun. Like everyone's definition is a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe sitting inside watching out the window. Her face just didn't show much. Like it didn't look like she was having a lot of fun to me.
You know,
but I don't know.
I am not pretending to be the Mary expert. So I always find myself in hot water. So I'm not going to comment on that one. But
that's an easy one to get in hot water.
But Meredith also wore heels to the snowball fight.
But
right. I don't think people knew that it was going to be a snowball fight. The invitation, if you remember, Heather just told us snow activity.
Oh, right.
Not so dress warm, but snow activity, right? Isn't that what she told us?
Yeah, she did tell us that. And then we didn't know until we walked up and saw the buckets of snowballs what that even was. So,
Are you glad that you dodged a bullet? Because I actually pulled Connie into my little beef with Meredith. I asked Connie to come over and validate a couple things. And it didn't air, but are you glad that you dodged that bullet?
I'm actually really glad, because it's funny. Meredith was saying like she doesn't hold a grudge, but obviously she holds grudges. She definitely holds grudges. And I had to actually write this down because it was so funny to me when she said, I quote, "You don't go after my marriage and you don't go after my bathtub." What? You don't go after my bathtub? Like she's defending her bathtub. Like,
yeah. Well, first of all, I never went after her marriage.
Right. Yeah. What's she referring to?
I have no idea, but I did not go after her marriage.
You did go after her bathtub, though.
I did very much go after her bathtub, and I stand by it. Like, I don't want to even think about that right now. That is appalling to me. I will say, I understand a romantic bathtub with your partner.
Right.
But the minute that romantic bathtub is done, I hope you're in the shower cleaning your body, because the thought of sitting together and cleaning together is what creeps me out. I do not in any way, shape, or form think Meredith is creepy. Meredith is lovely.
Right.
For the record.
And you did make it clear on the show that what you meant. But she still seemed kind of upset. So if she's still upset about that, I think that it's kind of a stretch to hang on to something that's silly.
We'll see what comes back to haunt me.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Okay.
But I think overall, though, the bathtub fight is, I teased it on the podcast of getting back to the OG Salt Lake City fights. And I think that, it wasn't that deep. So Meredith and I were able to move on from Bathtub Gate. Yeah.
Hopefully. So it kind of looked like you and Heather were trying to make up. You had that little scene outside. You guys were talking and everything. And I know some people have wondered if you fully made up, and I don't know if you can say or not, but just from posts of you at Beauty Lab. And so I think people are assuming that went well.
Mm-hmm. It's at the end of the day, my lesson if people follow, I do an Instagram live every week with Prison Portal. So I'm repeating myself here, but I chose forgiveness. Heather chose forgiveness. We decided at the end of the day that we love each other, and I chose to forgive her, to forgive myself, and to move on. I don't know what the future holds for our relationship, but I really missed being in a good place with Heather, and I love her. So it's definitely going to take baby steps, and trust is earned. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it does feel good to be in a better place with Heather. And yes, I still support the Beauty Lab.
Good. Okay. Well, yeah. I think almost everybody's going to be really happy to hear that. I had a question about, it showed a little clip for a previous or a future episode that's coming up. They showed a little clip of Mary saying, Heather asking, "Do you think that I look inbred?" And Mary looks at her straight in the face and says, "Yeah, I do." And I just was like, why do you want to be friends with Mary, Heather? She's so mean. She's so mean. Anyway, and I know that's a future one coming up, but that just crossed my mind. I'm like, okay, I think I'd put your energy into your relationship with Whitney way over Mary at this point.
Yeah, I am quite honestly looking forward to watching that lunch or whatever they were doing myself.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how that unfolded.
And see where that goes after.
Lover, hater, she has no filter.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. That's true. She doesn't. Okay, so the lunch with Monica and Lisa and Angie. They went to lunch, and that you could tell. So Monica, the new girl, she comes in pretty hot. She comes in hot and ready to go, and you can tell she doesn't really like Lisa. I mean, you can tell that from their lunch. You can tell that? I could tell, yeah. She seemed to just a little I mean, I know that it would flash to like her confessionals and talking about Lisa and like what she really thought, but I think you could tell it like in her body language and everything at that lunch, just kind of like, oh, I'm here and putting up with you. Like, oh, you're lucky that your husband knows how to cook. That's what she's called. But she is lucky. Like that is a,
I think that you have a very good read. That's a very good read on your part. And I think that you'll see it escalate fast. I don't know if you saw social media popped off a little bit Monica said some things, but yeah, it escalates fast.
Yeah.
But you have to keep in mind at this point, I hadn't met Monica. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You hadn't even met her. And then
so we'll see.
Lisa was kind of acting like that was their first actual meeting, but she seemed to think they'd actually met before. I don't know. But you hadn't met her yet.
That's a common thing out Salt Lake City. When did they really meet? When did they really become friends? Like that's a common Salt Lake City thing for sure.
Yeah. It's like that. It just proves everyone has their own perception of their own reality, right?
Yep, exactly.
I'm excited to see what happens in Bermuda. I think that is a huge cliffhanger. I know that doesn't come till the end of the season. So that's going to keep everyone on their toes. And they captured whatever was going on there. That was like the best like little, what do you call it? Like a
teaser?
A teaser. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. Bermuda feels like a long ways away from right now, but there's something to be said about the Bermuda Triangle. The energy is whack there for sure. Yeah. It's gorgeous. The island is gorgeous, but like I even myself acted insane in Bermuda.
Really?
So yeah. So there's just something.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, and everyone's involved, myself included. So I am. When we get to Bermuda, it's going to take longer than 10-minute breakdown.
Oh yeah. These clips will get longer at the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's overall a great first episode, I think.
Yeah. I thought so. I really liked it. I'm in for this season for sure. I mean, I always am because of course I love you and want to see what happens with you in your life. But I'm intrigued with everyone this season and where they're going. So
yeah. Well,
it'll be a good season.
You'll be on the edge of your seat until episode 2.
All right. Woo.
And I think our tagline should come out episode 2. So that's something to look forward to. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, any last hot take, or is that it? It was a pretty good first episode.
Yeah.
We look forward to hearing more of Connie's reactions throughout the season. And don't forget that our regular episodes drop every Tuesday, and we'll have these bonus episodes of Connie's reactions of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which I'm looking forward to. It is my personal therapy to recap it with my bestie, and I love hearing her perspective. So stay tuned each week for these mini bonus sessions. But in the meantime, don't forget, be you, stay wild.
Yay Networks.